Wolves will return to the All-State Saturday, April 13th, when they host the Charlotte Checkers at 7 o'clock. For tickets, stop by the All-State Arena box office, visit ChicagoWolves.com, or call 1-800-THE-WOLVES. After one period of play, the Wolves have jumped out to a 4-1 lead. And prior to tonight's game, Billy sat down with Wolves forward Brett Sterling.
Thank you, Jason. For the first time this year, even though it's late in the year, I get a chance to talk with Brett Sterling. Brett, you're having a great year, but first and foremost, let's talk a little bit about the team and the situation it is in. This is the first game of 8 of 9, the next 9 on the road, so very important. Sit ninth in the conference, coming off a homestand where you were 2-2. Just talk about the importance of this trip and what it can mean down the road here with only 11 games remaining.
Well, I mean, I think this trip could determine our season. Obviously, we have a terrible road trip, and we're done for the year. I mean, we have to win games. We have to come out of this road trip, especially with these games with Oklahoma City, which are probably the biggest games of the year for us. They're, ahead of us with 1 point, the same number of games in hand. So it's really going to be a tough road trip for us, but we relish being on the road. I think we've been a good road team, at times, and I think this is what we play for, make playoff hockey.
It's tough talking about negatives because there's some positives with this team. There's no doubt about that. But let me ask you about the Midwest Division. It's been a tough division. It seems like the other two divisions that you play in the Western Conference you handle pretty easily. But your own division, boy, you struggle. And Milwaukee now have had the upper hand, and most of the wins have been late in games. Yeah,
I don't know what our problem is when we play Milwaukee, but we have to figure that out. Obviously, being in playoff series, you're in tight games, 1-goal games, down late, up late. You have to find ways to grind out wins, and that's something we're learning as a team. And I think we've made strides throughout the year. Milwaukee's been that team that we just cannot figure out, but thankfully we're not playing them this road trip. And, we get a chance at some new teams and, a little bit fresh view of some other guys, and here we go.
One of the biggest problems this year, obviously, the lack of you in the lineup, but offensively, this team defensively is sound. Great goaltending, goals against average up there with the best all year long. But offensively, now you got to watch a lot of games. I'm a big guy in the middle of the ice. Your defense, your goaltender, and your center iceman. This team has been lacking center icemen, like natural pure guys. But just talk about the struggling with offense. I think this year only twice you guys have scored 6 goals in a game.
Yeah, I think we've had trouble scoring. It's been an interesting year with the lockout and with the guys going up, guys getting hurt. We've had a lot of injuries. We've had, you look at our lineup from opening day till now, and there's been a lot of change, especially in our center iceman. We've had, we have Andrew Gordon, a converted right winger, playing center on our top line most of the time. So it's like we haven't had that continuity throughout the year, but at the same time, we've had our chances. We just haven't buried, and I'm hoping we're saving them for this last run to make this playoff push. And we have the talent and we have the guys that can score. It's just a matter of putting it all together at the right time.
Agreed. 1/3 of the season, as I mentioned, you were out with that injury. You went into the boards really awkwardly. Talk about that situation, what you went through. And I know you tried to get back. It looked like you were coming back a few weeks ago, but that didn't happen. So what was the process like?
Yeah, it was probably, in my 7 years, this has been the hardest injury I've had. It was something where I just got kind of pushed from behind and went into the boards awkwardly and, pulled my groin. And it was something that I couldn't get to heal quick enough. No matter what we did, the treatment we did, there was no way to heal it. Your body only heals in its own time. And as a result, I started feeling good, and about 3.5 weeks in, I tried to come back and retweaked it a little bit in practice, and I ended up being out exactly 9 weeks to the day, and it was the longest 9 weeks I've ever had. But it's good to be back now. I feel great, and I just want to try and help this team make the playoffs.
They made a pretty good movie, 9.5 weeks. Too bad you were just a half a week short.
I'll take that half week.
Well, you never missed a step. Your first game back, you scored a couple of goals. I want to talk about your goal-scoring prowess. In Abbotsford, you had a natural hat trick, which doesn't happen very often. And, of course, last game versus Lake Erie on the weekend that you guys won, you had 3, all in the third period. We're going to show you those goals. But how is it scoring, first of all, natural hat trick? I'm not sure how many you've ever had, but then scoring 3 in the last 20 minutes of a frame.
Scoring a natural hat trick, I mean, you get that first one, you start to feel good about yourself. You get that second, you're like, all right, this is going to be a great game. And, when you get that confidence going, that third one, you just feel like whenever you get the puck, you're going to bury it. And in this game, especially this Lake Erie game, I just felt like everything that was touching my stick, if I got a clean shot, I was getting it. And the last one, once I had that puck on my stick, I'm like, there's no way. And, I'm lucky to play with a guy like Darren Hadar. I knew exactly where he's putting the puck, and once I had it on my stick out there, I was just hoping I didn't kill myself going to the boards because I was going pretty fast. But didn't hurt as much after you get that goal.
Let me ask you, is there a natural feeling in a game when you know that you might have that opportunity to score some goals, when you feel that the puck's following you a little bit? And a team like Lake Erie does a lot of man-to-man checking in their own zone. Is there teams that you know that you might get an opportunity more than you would other teams?
Absolutely. Some teams, pack it in and they, let you shoot from the point. A team like Lake Erie, they really play that man-on-man hockey. So if you get that good first pass, you beat your guy, you could be wide open, get some chances, and that's what I was able to do that game. And everything went in my favor, and I love it.
A couple things you already touched on. I want to touch on, too, talking about centerman, talking about Darren Hadar and the chemistry you have had for so many years with him. But center ice, Eric Catalyst, the last couple of games has played with you guys and played very well. But the importance of getting a guy, as you mentioned, Andrew Gordon back in the lineup. And even though he's not a natural, he's played very well. And Jordan Schrader also coming back probably for the next game.
Absolutely. I mean, you look at a guy like Eric Catalyst who came in and played with us, was actually played different role than he's played. It took us about 2 periods to get used to each other, and then we were great as a line. I thought we played really well, making great plays, both defensively and offensively. Getting these two guys back in, Gordo and Jordan Schrader, I mean, it just helps our team that much more. Our depth becomes so good, and at this level, it's not about having the top line. It's about having 3-4 solid lines. Right. Because when the playoffs come around, teams try and shut down your top line. And so your second, third line, you have to get balanced scoring. And I think with the team we have right now, with the guys we've gotten back, we have that.
Hopefully that is the case down this stretch. Lastly, you love to give shout-outs. You love to tweet. And we got a special tweet that was just put on by you, I think maybe a couple of weeks ago, not even that now, about your brother, Brian.
Yeah.
Very cool. Jiu-jitsu.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about him. There he is. Scary sport this is.
Yeah, my older brother, he used to play football back in the day. Grew up playing hockey. And he's been coaching football, and he wants something to kind of get back into it, to train for. And he started doing this Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and went and did these Pan Am games in San Diego, I believe they were, and he actually took 3rd place on his first time. He's been training for about 6 months, so I think he's pretty pumped that he took 3rd, but I think he wanted his only loss was to the guy who won it all. So he's thinking now, I've done it, 6 months in, I took 3rd, all right, let's see if I can win it all.
Oof, that's a scary sport. Ever thought about anything like that?
Not a chance. I'm happy with hockey. I think my wife thinks it's violent enough in hockey. That's not for me.
I can't even say jiu-jitsu. Brett, thanks for joining us, and best of luck. Keep the goal scoring up.
Thank you very much.
And we'll be back with more of the first period after this.